Okay, guys, kicking off then the news today with a potential 11th Bristol City next season. So as you can see on the screen, I've still got Max O'Leary. I think he's the best keeper we've probably got. Then I've got Wilson at right back. Then I've got Phil Jones in the centre back position with Wolf Fendon. I've still got Jay DeSille. I still think he's good. Big pick in there, Josh Brownhill. I think the game the other night, we saw the potential of Alex Scott, and he is a good player, Alex Scott, and he's one to watch for me. I got Britta Sombalonga up front. I've gone for Anthony Knockout, and I've gone for Twine on the left. I just think if they're going to build now, they've got to get the best players in that upper glass ceiling, if you know what I mean. Like, you can't get through it. You're trying, they're trying to get to the next level, and you can't say, well, you can go and buy out of stock Premier League players, like Joe Gomez or whoever, because it's just not going to happen for them. You've got to look at that upper championship level, and I think someone like Sombalonga could be the key. I was tempted to go with Adebayo from Luton because I think he'd fit in quite well, and that's what I think on that exchange. Going back to the FA Cup game though, Bristol City 0, Manchester City 3. I thought first half Bristol played really well. Second half we had a couple of chances that we should have took, including the header from Bell. I thought Vyman looked lively when he came on as well. Bell's a good player. Conway's going to develop into a good player. I think Alex Scott's got the potential to be good as well. So you've just got to look at what they've got now and try and build on it. I mean, I know they're 13 games. Is it 13 games or 12? 12 or 13 games unbeaten in the league, in all competition in the league, and that was ended by Manchester City. But of course it was. In my eyes, we were never going to beat Manchester City unless they played the under-16s. But that's how it is. Do I think Bristol City can go on? Yeah, you saw in that first half we competed with Manchester City and gave them a game. And it's only towards the end when they got fatigued that Man City did put them to the sword. But that'll come eventually. Also coming up today on the news, I've got of course, with Manchester United winning last night, they will now face Fulham in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup. Bristol City, I think, have got Cardiff City in the league next, which is a game that I would love to go to, but unfortunately, due to lack of funds, I can't do that at the moment. Because big news coming. Let's just take this off the screen a minute. Yes, so big news coming out. I am going to be starting a channel called 7 Vlogs, and our first episode, we're going to go from the start, where the River Severn starts, all the way down to its exit in the Bristol channel, on a series on my channel called 7 Vlogs. Also, I have just opened my Shopify store, where you can get your hands on hoodies, t-shirts, caps, socks, sunglasses. I've actually put a drone camera on there, so you can go ahead and film your own vlogs as well. So there's a lot gonna happen here on the Spotify network and on the 7 Vlogs channel. Obviously, my goal is to provide everybody with fun, entertainment, and good value for money goods, and that's exactly what we want to do here on the channel. So anyway, moving on into our next news story. So this is basically who can Manchester United buy in the summer. Obviously it depends on who's owning the club. Me personally, I don't want the Glazers to stay. I want them to go. I'd probably welcome the Qatari bid. As you see how how they've run PSG, and also as well with the fact that, you know, it looks like Man City are not going to be charged, even though they've been found guilty of 100, you know, charges of financial fair play. It looks like we can compete with Man City. We can compete with. It looks like even Arsenal. We can compete with. Got a big game on Sunday, Liverpool at Anfield, which I think the lads will be up for. But anyway, who do I think they can buy in the summer? You've got to get a striker. You've got to get a striker. Whether that be an Osman or a Lautaro Martinez, maybe. We need another defensive midfielder to cover for Casemiro. So whether you're looking at somebody like, I don't know, a Declan Rice maybe, or somebody who fits that description, maybe a Camavinga would be good. Jude Bellingham, maybe. But I think Jude Bellingham will probably go to Anfield, and probably go to Liverpool. So, but Jude Bellingham would be interesting. And I think we need two centre-backs. If we're going to sell Maguire and Lindelof, then you need to cover. My two centre-backs that I would buy are Jurgen Timber and Tomori. I think Timber and Tomori would be good backups for Varane and Martinez. And we don't need left back because we've got Shaw, we've got Malacia, probably got Alex Telles coming back. And at right back, you've got Wan-Bissaka, Dalot, and you've got Ethan Laird as well, the youngster who could probably get into that team as well. So we're good in the wide positions. You got Anthony, Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho. So you're good in those wide positions. You need somebody down the middle. I do like Weghorst, but of course, is he good enough to play for Manchester United? Probably not. But he is what we've got at the moment, and we've got to stick with him. Martial's out till April, which is just terrible. Martial has missed. I think I watched Mark Goldbridge say. I think he's missed like 70% of our games this season. Anthony Martial, which is incredible. So yeah, I would personally think that we've got to buy two strikers. Unless you're going to keep Weghorst. If you're going to keep Weghorst, I would actually keep Sabitzer as well. I quite like Marcel Sabitzer. So, yeah, so that's it from me today. And I'll talk to you guys soon.